Here are the 4 ways how to deal with difficult employees and how to basically set the clear expectations and really face those difficult conversations that a lot of managers try to avoid, right? So let's dive in. First step and the most important one is to address any challenge, any unacceptable behavior immediately and privately, most importantly. So when it comes to addressing the problem immediately, that means that when you see that some unacceptable behaviors repeating from time to time, you need to basically just take that person aside and sit down privately and speak about it. But the most importantly also is that once you sit down with that person and address that behavior, you also need to set certain expectation and explain the person why the behavior is not acceptable and what that person should be doing instead, and what also you can do to support that person better in order to improve that certain areas when it comes to behavior. So basically the first 2 steps are overlapping, and it's extremely important that apart from expectations, when you are explaining the certain behavior, you never ever mention personality. Very important to always focus on behavior of one person. And I will give you a simple example. For example, there are people or managers who just go to employee and they say, hey, you're very lazy, you can't be like that, right? So that's immediately attack on personality. You need to basically explain, all right, so you are basically not performing this task properly, and it's been visible that over the couple of times the tasks are incomplete despite the fact that I repeated the task many times and explained to you, and so on and so on, right? So this is that big distinction. Then number 3, very important step that also cannot be overlooked, is to also ensure that you have certain deadline or a certain time frame within you are going to observe again the behavior and see if there is any improvement happening or not. This is also extremely important because some people just sit down at a meeting with an employee and then explain everything and do everything and give more support and give more explanation, and they do not precisely define what is that deadline, what is that, a time frame for improvement, and the person just take it for granted and doesn't want to improve fastly, but just trying to buy the time and stay longer without any improvement. So this is something that needs to be at the end of the day explain. And then of course number 4, last but not least, is to also allow a person to give their side of the story and to hear from them what they are thinking about the situation. Do they agree or disagree, or do they have any specifics in terms of maybe additional support, or maybe is there something going on their mind, or maybe they are not fitting into the culture. So these are the kind of things that we need to be very, very mindful about, and to try to combine them in one set and to definitely apply it, because I use these steps very often with some of my employees. And whenever I have situations like that, these steps actually work because I use them, I know they work, and a lot of people actually, those who weren't included in any kind of this conversation with me, but who heard that I had one-on-one with employees who are underperforming, right? They are asking me, hey Angie, but how you are doing it? Tell us, because we heard that you kind of turn some very bad performance into very good ones. So how you do that, right? So, and I usually share with everyone who is actually asking me for, and of course I also train my teams about it, and I'm trying to really do it in a constructive way, in a way that works for me and for my employee, and that they still keep that cohesion and then this teamwork in place how it's supposed to be. Okay, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, stay ambitious.